Hello and welcome. Back once again to Infinite Jeff, the project where I, Jeff, read the book Infinite Jest to you one page at a time, one day at a time, put it up on the YouTubes.boobs for the world to listen to, yourself included. Oh, it is currently March 5th. It's 2021. It's 4:48 p.m. I leave for Arizona tomorrow to go to a wedding for a friend of mine, but this will not drop till I get back from Arizona, so I'm currently booming, so that's cool. Just like I was yesterday. Well, when I'm recording these back to back. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's, you want to just dive right in? Just do this thing, This dance that we call Infinite fucking Jeff. Yeah, let's fucking do it. A little more of that conversation between the U.S. President Johnny Gentle and the Prime Minister of Canada, JJJC, whatever that stands for. So, here we go. Page 380 fucking 6. Starts with Johnny Gentle saying, our own internal quality of life, refocusing priorities back to this crazy continent we call home. Am I being Doug? PM Can. John, I am kilometers ahead of you. I happen to have my term in office at a glance book right here with me. Now, right here with me here, right with me here. Why would you say it like that? Instead of the way I would say it. Now that the big frappeurs are being put due, we are wondering what is the date I can be penciling in for the removals of NATO ICBM frappeurs from Manitoba. I mean, this guy is French-Canadian, man. That's why he's all weird. Jean, I am kilometers ahead of you. I happen to have my term in office at a glance book right here with me here. Now that the big frappeurs are being put down, we are wondering what is the date I can be penciling in for the removals of NATO ICBM frappeurs from Manitoba. Gentle. Put that pencil away, you good-looking Canadian. I got more long, shiny trailer rigs full of large men with very short haircuts and white suits than you can shake a maple leaf at, heading for your silos right this very. Those complete totalities of Canada's strategic capacity will be out of your hair toot sweet. PM Canada. John, let me be the first world leader to call you a statesman. Gentle. We North Americans have to stick together, JJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJJjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjjj interdependent. We're cheek to jowl. PM Can. It is a smaller world today. Gentle. And an even smaller continent. A little bit of a page break. This segues into an entr'acte with continent squeezed in for world in It's a Small World After All, which enjambment doesn't do the rhythm section of doo-wopping cabinet girls a bit of good, but does usher in the start of a whole new era. And we have a section break. Here we go. Though can any guru be held to a standard of like 100% exemption from the human pains of stunted desire? No, not 100%. Regardless of level of transcendence or diet. Lyle, down in the dark Interdependence Day weight room, sometimes recalls an ETA player from several years ago whose first name was Marlin, and his last name Lyle never, to his knowledge, learned. Footnote 152. The thing about this Marlin was that he was always wet. Arms purling, t-shirt darkly V'd, face and forehead ever gleaming. Oren's Academy doubles partner. It had a lemony, low-cal taste, the boy's omni-wetness. It wasn't exactly sweat, because you could lick off the forehead and more beads instantly replaced what you'd taken. None of the real sweat's frustratingly gradual accretion. The kid was always in the shower, always doing his best to stay clean. There were powders and pills and electrical appliques, and still this Marlin dripped and shone. The kid wrote accomplished juvenile verses about the dry, clean boy inside, struggling to break the soggy surface. He shared extensively with Lyle. He confessed to Lyle one night in the quiet weight room that he'd gone in for high-level athletics, mostly to have an excuse of some sort for being as wet as he was. It always looked like... Oh, poor Marlin. Poor wet Marlin. It's Marlon, but you can think of him like a fish, because he's always wet, I guess. Maybe that's why he's called Marlin in this book. There's some... Oh, what is it? The fallacy? There's some concept that when in a fictional narrative, when a character does something and people are like, does something and maybe not everyone agrees with, like, so say you had you're writing a book about a German pre-World War II, right? And it's the story of how this German joined the German military and then shot Americans, right? During World War II. And if you were talking about the book and you were like, yeah, well but then, I was really getting behind this character, but then he fucking joined the military and he started shooting Americans. That's not cool. And if people were like, well, but you had to join the military back then. Like, what was he gonna do? No. Circumstances forced this fictional character to do with the thing that they did. And it's like, no, he was written that way. And that's what I'm getting at. I don't remember why I brought it up, but it's an interesting concept of like when people try to excuse fictional characters' behavior and be like, well, in that circumstance, you have to blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, if he's a real person, maybe, but he's not. He was written that way. That's what the author did. It was the author's intention. So, I don't know why I brought that up, but it's an interesting concept. Jesus Christ. And now I'm just looking at the shape of the waveform on the screen from the that I just did. All right. I'm going to get off this, export these and whatever. I'm probably going to eat. Fucking think I'm hungry. I think I'm hungry. Rah, 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 rah. I mean, I could have add some effects to this, but I'm not going to. Heather, I love you. Why do I always get so salival? Saliva. It's like the opposite of cottonmouth here. But anyway. Have a great night. I love you. Good night.